In the mid-2010s, a glamorous woman with an Oxford education, designer gowns, and a stage presence that could rival the world's most polished CEOs strode onto the scene. Her name was Dr. Ruja Ignatova, and she promised nothing less than a financial revolution. From London to Singapore, Dubai to Johannesburg, crowds of thousands roared as she declared that OneCoin would replace Bitcoin and become the future of money. It was 2016, and Ruja was at the height of her fame. She was the crypto queen, a self-made billionaire in the making, or so millions believe. Yet behind the lights, the jets, and the champagne toasts, a far darker truth was unfolding. OneCoin was no financial revolution. It was one of the largest and most audacious scams in history, a global Ponzi scheme that pulled in over $4 billion from hopeful investors. And Ruja? She was no savior. She was the architect. This is the rise and fall of the world's most wanted woman. By 2014, Bitcoin had already shaken the financial world. Governments were confused. Banks were nervous. And ordinary people were asking, how do I get in on this? Enter OneCoin. Marketed as a cryptocurrency for the masses, it claimed to solve Bitcoin's flaws: faster transactions, easier access, and a price that was guaranteed to rise. Ruja positioned it as the people's coin. But there was one problem. Unlike Bitcoin, OneCoin wasn't based on a blockchain. It wasn't decentralized, and there was no mining of coins taking place at all. Instead, OneCoin was operated entirely by the company's own private database in Sofia, Bulgaria. The price wasn't determined by the market. It was set internally. In other words, the value was whatever Ruja claimed it to be. Investors didn't buy coins directly. They purchased educational packages, ranging from a few hundred to tens of thousands of euros. Inside these packages were tokens that they could convert into OneCoins through the company's internal exchange. And the kicker? Those tokens could only be traded back within the company's ecosystem, not on the open market. Still, none of that stopped the money from flooding in. Ruja was a master at performance. In October 2016, she walked on stage at London's Wembley Arena to the sound of pounding music and pyrotechnics. Wearing an extravagant floor-length gown, she told the 90,000 people watching in person and online that OneCoin would soon surpass Bitcoin in size. In South Africa, she was welcomed like a celebrity. In Dubai, she hosted lavish conferences where attendees were flown in, given five-star treatment, and promised life-changing wealth. Countries across Asia, Africa, and Eastern Europe became hotbeds of OneCoin recruitment. Uganda, churches and community halls filled with local leaders promoting the new global currency. China, thousands of investors poured in money, despite Beijing issuing early warnings. Pakistan, Vietnam, and the Philippines, massive rallies drew crowds eager to join the future. The United Kingdom and Germany, professional-looking seminars in hotels, promised participants that they were early adopters of the next big thing. By 2017, OneCoin claimed to have more than 3 million members worldwide. Regulators weren't entirely blind. By 2016, warnings were being issued by financial authorities in countries like India, Germany, Italy, and Hungary. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority cautioned the public to be wary of get-rich-quick schemes. The German Federal Financial Supervisory Authority went further, freezing millions of euros in OneCoin-related accounts. But Ruja and her team were experts at evasion. They reassured members that these warnings were just the work of jealous banks, afraid of losing power. It worked for a while. On October 25, 2017, Dr. Ruja was due to appear at a OneCoin event in Lisbon, Portugal. She never showed up. At first, there was confusion. Her team told investors she was delayed or handling urgent business. But weeks turned into months, and Ruja was gone. Behind the scenes, U.S. prosecutors had unsealed charges against her for wire fraud, securities fraud, and money laundering. The FBI, the IRS, and the Department of Justice were closing in. By the time the news went public, she had vanished entirely. U.S. authorities revealed that OneCoin had generated more than $4 billion in revenue between 2014 and 2016 alone. They alleged that the entire project was a fraud from the start, designed to extract as much money as possible from investors before collapsing. The FBI issued a warrant for Ruja's arrest. She was placed on the Bureau's most wanted list and eventually became one of Europol's most sought-after fugitives. Her brother, Konstantin Ignatov, who took over leadership after her disappearance, was arrested in March 2019 at Los Angeles International Airport. He later pleaded guilty to fraud and money laundering charges, admitting in court that OneCoin was a scam from day one. The human cost of OneCoin is staggering. In Uganda, families sold livestock and land to buy into the scheme, believing they were securing their children's future. In the Philippines, teachers invested their life savings. In Finland, retirees poured into pension funds. In China, authorities eventually arrested more than 100 people connected to OneCoin's operations, recovering only a fraction of the billions lost. The tragedy was universal. Investigations suggest that hundreds of millions were laundered through shell companies and bank accounts in Dubai, Hong Kong, and the Cayman Islands. Some funds bought luxury real estate in Bulgaria and the UAE. Others were moved through accounts in Germany and Eastern Europe before disappearing entirely. OneCoin's official headquarters in Sofia was raided by Bulgarian authorities in January 2018 in cooperation with Europol and the FBI. They seized servers, documents, and other evidence, but Ruja was already long gone. So, where is Dr. Ruja Ignatova today? Theories abound. Dubai. Some believe she took refuge in the UAE, where extradition laws can be favorable for certain foreign nationals. Russia. Others speculate she's under the protection of powerful oligarchs. Mediterranean yacht life. There are whispers of her living under a new identity, traveling by sea to avoid detection. The unthinkable. Some believe she may have been silenced by those involved in laundering the stolen billions. The truth remains elusive. OneCoin is now widely recognized as one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history. Its impact on public trust in cryptocurrency was immense, providing governments with ammunition to crack down on the industry. But its story also serves as a cautionary tale. Even in an age of instant information, charisma, and confidence, it can still blind millions to reality. Ruja Ignatova promised the world a revolution. What she delivered was a mirage, a financial empire built on lies and greed. Her name is etched in the annals of global crime. Yet, she remains a ghost, a billionaire fugitive who vanished without a trace. Somewhere, perhaps, she's watching. Perhaps she's even smiling. Because until the day she is found, the mystery of the crypto queen will continue to haunt investors, investigators, and dreamers alike, and the world will continue to ask the same question. Where is Dr. Ruja? If you enjoyed this epic true story, why not hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more? Thank you for watching.